Jesus was able, or that God was able to do certain things. And in our lives, we need this because miracle working power is what Paul the Apostle is talking about right here. Miracle working power to bring healing, to bring deliverance, to bring sight to the blind, to open up deaf ears, and all of these things, especially when it comes to demons, to have the power to cast out demons out of people. And God has given us the authority to do so, not by the works of the law or by look what we've done, but by the believing in on God that he's able to do this. So he says, he who works miracles among you and who has supplied the Spirit to you, he doesn't do it through the law, he does it through faith. So we have to work on our faith. So whenever you read the Bible and you study the text and you hear stories about God or Jesus opening up blinded eyes and casting out devils and raising the dead, this is all to build your faith. And also when you go into the book of Acts, you hear about the apostles, doing the church thing and raising the dead and casting out demons and healing the sick and doing all of these miracles that even Peter's shadow was healing people. And through the hands of Paul, unusual miracles were performed, that handkerchiefs were brought to him and touched by him and then given them back so that they can bring healing. It was the power of God. It was the Holy Spirit. And it was not done through because they were following the law or working it out. It was through the belief that in Jesus it was able to come to pass. So in your life, you have to find that. You have to find that if you want God to open up doors, you want God to perform miracles, you're going to have to find that. And it's not easy to find, even though it says the faith as a mustard seed. Thinking about it, whenever I first started as a Christian, I thought that I could just grasp it and grab a hold of it. But it took me a long time to understand how the Lord really works. And the only way that I found that in my life is through deep study and through worshiping and through fasting and through hearing God, through quieting the noise around me and to living my life righteously and not going out and living however I wanted to live, but taking my faith very seriously. And when you take your faith very seriously, then you're going to hear God closer. And when you hear God closer, that means that God is telling you to do something or that God is speaking to your heart. And through that, you're seeing miracles. You're seeing God move. And I've seen my share of miracles, and I can't sit here and tell you that God doesn't move today, because he really does. God really moves today. It just depends on your faith.